welcome all to the programming tutorials of LPC2148. In this video, we are going to cover UART, that is LPC2148 serial communication. LPC2148 has two UARTs. First one is UART0, which is null modem, that is it has only TX and RX pin, and UART1, which is modem capable. So this is the pins associated with the UART0 and UART1. If you observe UART0, it is having only two pins. One is the RxD0, which is a serial input through which the LPC2148 will receive the data serially, and second pin is TXD0, which is the output pin through which LPC2148 will transmit the data serially. Whereas UART1 is modem capable, so it is having all 9 pins of DB9 connector, such as serial input, serial output, clear to send, data carrier detect, data set ready, data terminal ready, ring indicator, request to send. Now, this is the pins of UART0 and UART1. Now, UART0, TXD0 and RxD0 are the pins P0.0 and P0.1 of port 0. Now, we know that by default, these pins are having the pin functionality of general purpose input output. To select the pin functionality of these two pins as a TXD0 and RxD0, we have to set the bits of pin cell register to the 01. Similarly, for the UART1, to select the pin functionality as a TXD1 and RxD1, we have to set the pin functionality of pins P0.8 and P0.9 as 01. So if we have to use the UART0, we have to configure the pin functionality of pins as a RxD0 and TXD0. In this pin cell 0 register, lower two bits, that is bit 0 and 1, is used to select the pin functionality of P0.0, whereas bit number 2 and 3 is used to select the pin functionality of P0.1. So writing 01 in these two bits will set the pin functionality of these pins as a TXD0 and RxD0. So if we have to use the UART0, we have to configure the value of pin cell 0 register to the 5. Okay, so by setting the value 5 in the pin cell 0 register, these two ports pin are acting as a serial transmit and serial receive pins. Now let's understand how the data is serially transmitted and received through the UART0. So this is a simple block diagram which will describe in short the operation of UART0. Now, whenever processor wants to transmit the data serially on TXD0, the CPU will write that data into the U0 THR. This U0 THR will forward that data to the shift register, that is U0 TSR, and this shift register will shift the data serially on the TXD0 pin. Now, to check whether the data from THR register is transmitted or not, there is a flag bit, that is THRE bit. Whenever this bit is 1, it indicates that U0 THR is empty and CPU can transmit the next data through this THR register. And when this bit is 0, that means U0 THR is having some data or data transmission in process. Similarly, whatever data received serially on RxD0 pin will be serially stored in a U0 RSR, which is receive shift register. From this receive shift register, the data is copied into the RBR register, which is UART0 receive buffer register. Now, to check whether this RBR register has received data serially or not, this RDR flag is used. When this flag is 1, that means U0 RBR register has received data. Whereas when this bit is 0, U0 RBR is empty. So whenever CPU has to transmit the data to the THR, it will check whether it is empty or not. If U0 THR is empty, then only data is written into the THR register for the transmission. Similarly, whenever CPU wants to read the data received, it will check whether the RDR bit is 1. If it is 1, then only the RBR register value is read and stored into the local variable by the CPU. These are the registers of UART 0. Let's discuss each of these registers in detail one by one. First register, that is U0 RBR, that is UART 0 receive buffer register. It is 8-bit read-only register. The divisor latch bit, that is DLAB in U0 LCR, must be 0 in order to access this U0 RBR register. The received character is stored in U0 RBR. It can be read by the microcontroller. Next register is U0 THR, that is UART 0 transmit hold register. The character to be transmitted is stored in this register. It is 8-bit write-only register. The divisor latch bit DLAB in U0 LCR must be 0 in order to access U0 THR. Next register is U0 LCR, that is UART 0 line control register. This is a 8-bit register. The lower 2 bits is a word length select. When these 2 bits are 0, 0, the 5-bit character length has been selected. When it is 0, 1, 6-bit character length has been selected. For 1, 0, 7-bit character length, and for 1, 1, 8-bit character length has been selected. When we write the program, we'll select 8-bit character length by setting these 2 bits as a 1, 1. Next bit is a stop bit. We know that in asynchronous communication, 8-bit data is framed by adding start and stop bits. So whether we want single stop bit or 2 stop bits has been selected by using this bit. When this bit is 0, 1 stop bit has been used, whereas when this bit is 1, 2 stop bits are added in a frame. Next bit is a parity enable bit. Whenever this bit is 0, it will disable parity generation and checking, and when this bit is 1, it will enable parity generation and checking. Next 2 bits are parity select bits. If these 2 bits are 0, 0, it will select odd parity. For 0, 1, even parity. For 1, 0, forced 1, stick parity, and 1, 1, forced 0, stick parity. Next bit is a break control. It will disable break transmission, and when this bit is 1, it will enable the break transmission. And last bit is divisor latch access bit, that is DLAB bit. When this bit is 0, it will disable access to the divisor latch, and when this bit is 1, it will enable access to the divisor latch. Whenever we have to set the baud rate, we have to set this bit to the 1, and whenever we have to transmit the data and receive the data, to access U0 THR and U0 RBR, this bit has been set to the 0. Next register is U0 LSR, which is UART 0 line status register. It is read-only register which provides the status information of UART 0. Now 0th bit is receive data ready bit, which is acting as a flag bit of reception. When this bit is 0, U0 RBR is empty, and when this bit is 1, U0 RBR contains the valid data which CPU can read. Next bit is a overrun error. Overrun is a condition when RSR, that is receive shift register, has new character assembled but RBR is full. New assembled character is eventually lost since no data is written into the FIFO if it is full. When overrun error is inactive, this bit is 0, and when overrun error is active, this bit is 1. Next bit is a parity error. If this bit is 0, parity error is inactive, and if it is 1, parity error is active. Similarly, next bit is a framing error. Framing error occurs when stop bit of received character is a 0. So when this bit is 0, framing error is inactive, and when it is 1, framing error is active. Next bit is a break interrupt. When a word is received of 4 bytes or 32 bits, and break interrupt will be occur to notify the processor. When this bit is 0, break interrupt is inactive, and when it is 1, break interrupt is active. Next is transmitter holding register empty, that is THRE, which is a flag of transmission. THRE is set to the 1 immediately after detection of a empty U0 THR, and it is cleared when U0 THR is written with some value. So when this bit is 0, U0 THR contains the valid data, and when it is 1, U0 THR is empty. Next bit is a transmitter empty. This bit is set when both U0 THR and U0 TSR are empty, and is cleared when either U0 THR or U0 TSR contains some valid data. So when this bit is 0, either THR or TSR register contains valid data, and when it is 1, both THR and TSR empty. And last bit is a error in RX. This bit is set when character with RX error such as framing error, parity error or break interrupt error is loaded into the U0 RBR. This bit is cleared when U0 LSR is read and there is no subsequent error in a FIFO. So when this bit is 0, U0 RBR contains no error, and when this is 1, U0 RBR contains at least one error. Next register is UART0 divisor latch register. UART0 divisor latch is part of UART0 fractional baud rate generator, and it holds the value used to divide the clock supplied by the fractional prescaler in order to produce baud rate clock. It is a 16-bit register which consisting of two different 8-bit registers, U0 DLM and U0 DLL. U0 DLM is UART0 divisor latch MSB bit. So these are the upper 8 bits of divisor latch, and U0 DLL is UART0 divisor latch LSB bits. That means lower 8 bits of a divisor latch. Divisor latch access bit DLAB bit must be set to the 1 to access UART0 divisor latches. That means if we have to access these divisor latch registers, the DLAB bit must be set to the 1. Next is a fractional divisor register. It contains bits that controls the prescaler for baud rate generation. U0 FDR contains divisor and multiplier values for prescaling. Both divisor and multiplier values are stored as a 4-bit values. So here we can observe out of this 32-bit, lower 4 bits are used for the divisor value and next 4 bits are used for the multiplier value. If this divisor value is 0, the fractional divisor is disabled and clock will not be further divided for baud rate generation. If this value is greater than 0, the fractional divisor is active. So here we can find the equation for calculating the baud rate. So baud rate is given as PCLK, that is peripheral clock, divided by 16 into 256 into U0 DLM, that is MSB bits of divisor latch, plus U0 DLL, that is LSB bits of a divisor latch, into multiplier value divided by multiplier value plus divider value. The multiplier value will vary between 0 to 15 as well as divisor value will vary between 0 to 15. Now let's write the program to transmit welcome to TechAJ serially at an baud rate of 9600. So to calculate values of U0 DLM and U0 DLL, we'll consider the value of PCLK as a 15 MHz and baud rate given value is 9600. The first step is assume the value of multiplier is 1 and divisor as a 0 and U0 DLM is 0. So that above equation will be reduced and it will become U0 DLL is equals to peripheral clock divided by 16 into baud rate. Now we have assumed the value of peripheral clock 15 megahertz and baud rate value is given 9600. If you calculate this value, the value of U0 DLL is 97.65, which is approximated to the 97. Now let's write the program in a Keil and observe the output on a Proteus simulation. Here we have written the program to transmit Welcome to TechAJ serially. In this program, first of all we have configured the pin cell register to the 5, which will select pin function of P0.0 as a TXD0 and P0.1 as RXD0. Then we have initialized the value of U0 LCR to the 0x83, which will select value of DLAB bit to the 1 to enable baud rate setting. Then we have initialized the value of U0 DLM as 0x00 and U0 DLL as a 97 to set the baud rate of 9600. After setting the baud rate, we have configured the value of U0 LCR to the 0x03, which will select the value of DLAB bit 0 so that it will enable transmission and reception by allowing access to the U0 THR and U0 RBR. Then we have taken the for loop, which will take each character at a time and send it to the transmit function till null character of this string is received. Now we have written the transmit function, which will accept unsigned character, and this character has been sent to the U0 THR. As soon as we write the character into the U0 THR, it will start transmitting it serially. But before writing the values to the U0 THR, we check whether the U0 THR is empty or not. If it is not empty, it will wait till U0 THR becomes empty, and as soon as U0 THR becomes empty, it will send the next character for the serial transmission. Now let's build target. Our hex file has been generated. Now we'll load this hex file in a Proteus simulation and observe the result. Here we have connected one terminal to the TX pin of LPC2148. So whatever data transmitted by the UART0, we can observe on this terminal. So let's load the hex file. And start the simulation. Here you can observe the message that we have transmitted through the program. Now same program we can modify where one of the terminal will transmit the data which is received by the RX pin of UART0. That received data from RBR register will get stored in some variable key, and this value of variable will be transmitted again through the TX pin, which is received on a second terminal. So let's modify the program and observe the simulation result. So same program we have modified and added a function for reception of data, and in main program we have configured the UART0 by setting the baud rate. Then in while one, our program will continuously receive the data from RX pin, and whatever the data received will get stored in some variable key, and this data from the key will transmit to the transmit function. We have written the receive function, which will wait for the data to be received in U0 RBR, and once data is received in a U0 RBR, it will return to the main function. After returning to the main function, it will get stored into the variable key. So let's build the target and observe the simulation result in a Proteus. Now here, one terminal we have connected through which will transmit the data which is received by the RX pin of UART0, and that received data will be transmitted to the second terminal where we can observe the data. So let's load the X file and observe the simulation result. So this is the terminal where we can observe the data received. So this TX terminal through which I will transmit the data to the LPC2148, where the received data from this terminal LPC2148 will transmit to the RX1. So I will write the message on this terminal. And here you can observe whatever message I have written on this has been received by the second terminal. So this is all about UART of LPC2148. Thank you for watching the video.